All right. Well, here we are.
Here we are.
I forget how I worded it the first time. I worded it the first time pretty well, but in a world that sometimes seems overwhelming, we are. Okay, I was hoping you'd throw right into the title there.
We're less icy.
Right? Exactly. I'm throwing up these softballs, and you're standing there at home plate going, "Is my outfit nice?
Yeah.
Do the pinstripes look good?
Do I look nice? How's my bum look?
My bum.
Who's on first?
Hot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
That stuck with me, by the way, when you said about like a doctor that is particularly good for gay men. And, and then I was like, why? It's a lot more butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
That stuck with me. That stuck with me. Yeah. I'm just thinking, if I have butt issues, I should be looking for a gay-friendly doctor.
Yeah.
All right. I don't currently have.
It depends on what you're using your butt for.
It's mainly just a throughway.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could just use any old doctor.
Yeah, but there's a lot more accidents on a two-way street, I imagine.
Yeah, if your butt has special skills, then you need to talk to someone who understands.
Okay, it's good to know. Boom, 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 boom.
The more you know.
The more you know. So here on Less Than Ideal, in a Less Than Ideal...
We started already?
Yeah. In a Less Than Ideal...
on my radio voice. Hello.
There. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
So in a Less Than Ideal world, we have things that are talk about that are going on in the world, but we like to look at them from an idealistic perspective.
Yes.
And then later on in the episode, we like to talk about things that are happy and joyful a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna walk through the shit, and then we're just gonna
enjoy the flowers.
Yes. Yeah.
So a lot to get to this week.
So much. There was so much badness in the world.
Well, I don't know if it was this. I mean, there's always badness in the world. We've got war, of course. We've got sundowning leadership.
Yes.
All over the place. Canceled flights for all sorts of different reasons. There's an Italiano cheese crisis. I don't know if people are aware of this, but there's an Italiano cheese crisis.
Climate change.
Yeah. There's a big story about Midwestern ducks. We got giant nuts. There's a search for giant nuts going on for a particular reason. Missing composers, right? There's missing composers out there. And we've got the hot tips. We've got some booze bag fitness techniques. Hot tips. And dead horse tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, dead horse tricks.
Let's see if we talk about any of those things, or if we just wander off as we normally do.
Well, we managed to get to the topics within 20 minutes of the start of the show, which is, for us, I think it might be a record.
It's some sort of record.
I think the problem is we like chatting without necessarily a schedule or
who needs a point. Who needs a point of view? Who needs a perspective? Just enjoy the sound of our voices.
Exactly.
Well, I was tuned in.
I was thinking that there's kind of two basic podcast techniques. Yes. Well, ideal and then an ideal, right? We've chosen our side. In that regard.
We're trying to fool ourselves.
But I think from an audience perspective, there's either the show that talks to the audience. It addresses the audience. And that's like a lot of those, like the true crime ones.
Yeah.
You really get the feeling that the podcast is telling you specifically that story.
Hey, watch out. There's a murderer behind you.
Exactly. Whereas I like to think of what we're doing as you get to kind of eavesdrop on two idiots just having a chat.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right?
Why did we call this two idiots having a chat?
I think that's probably taken by... Probably something at Fox News.
Isn't that the subtitle of Rogan's podcast?
Rogan's podcast? I don't know. But now that we've mentioned him, I don't know. Maybe we'll get some heat.
Phil Rogan is who I'm talking about.
I've been noticing because
Joseph Rogan,
Phil Rogan. Yeah, is that Dr. Phil's last name? Rogan? They related? They're both bald.
They're both useless.
Yeah, I'll let you in on a little secret. Joe Rogan, bald.
What?
Yeah, bald. Yeah.
He seems to be handling it well.
I like Larry David's opinion, where if you've shaved your whole head, you're not bald because no one can see how bald you are.
fair. Although that
Right?
just reminds you of that Seinfeld episode where Elaine's boyfriend let his hair grow in, and then she realized that he was bald and
Yes.
found him very unattractive.
Yeah. Well, it can be an issue, right? As I'm getting older, I find my hair isn't as thick. It's still very thick and luxurious, but it's not as thick as it was at one point, and I worry, right? Yeah,
Every time I get my hair cut and
the
the barber pulls up the mirror to show me the back and the top, I'm just like, oh yeah, still good, still full coverage.
yeah, I would say I'm never scared, but I'm a little more apprehensive than I used to be.
Every time I'm terrified.
So, what is our first big story?
Well, our first big story is this Porter flight. First of all, it's a red eye. Already bad. People are mad. You're taking a red eye. It's not your flight. You saved $20. So this flight from Victoria to Toronto was canceled because a child would not fasten its seatbelt. They discovered it while they were taxiing down the runway. Everyone's minding their own business, and they never see the age of this child. I could not find the age of this child in any of the sources. Old enough to know better.
Was the child accompanied, or was the child
The child had parents.
Okay, so the
Or
parents
at least
were there.
a parent. Yeah.
Okay, there was somebody who there was responsible for the child. All right.
Terrible.
Well, I would say that the child has to be, if they're calling it a child, that means the ticket was a child ticket.
Yeah.
So we're talking under 13.
Why can't we just bust out the duct tape that you would do, like if someone in the air is being crazy?
Was there a reason why the child just didn't want to?
They just couldn't. Yeah, I don't know if this was a demon child. I don't understand why. I mean, in that case, you could wedge that child into a seat, and that's just as safe as.
No, but sometimes that's why they sell this. I guess they do have them on the plane.
Extenders?
Yeah.
Fine. This wasn't a girth issue. This was a bad parenting issue.
This was the child just refused.
Just refused. Yeah, there were no details other than none of the air mattresses and none of the parents involved could get. Sorry, flight attendants could get.
Air mattresses?
No, the air mattresses. We used to call them air mattresses in the 80s.
So they had to they wheel it back to the airport.
So so we got to go back to the airport. We got to get this kid off, and then we gotta get the parents' luggage off, and then we have to redo all the paperwork, and then all of a sudden it's too late, and the runway is closed.
Because it was you lost your window.
You lost your window, and then everything was closed down, and so you get an extra night in Victoria.
I don't mark that down necessarily like it was a kid.
Yes.
But I also mark that down as it's like a bad lottery ticket of I got the drunk lady on my plane. Like it could have just as easily been a 48-year-old guy who spent his evening at White Spot eating cheeseburgers and doing bourbon shots and got on the plane and decided, he didn't like someone sitting next to him.
I would have hated him just as much as I would have hated that kid.
Yeah.
The
kid makes it a little easier because
no.
Yeah.
Bad parenting. I was on one flight that almost got canceled because someone had a panic attack, which you cannot control. And I'm very sympathetic to anyone who has a panic attack.
Yeah.
They are no fun. But there was a certain point where I'm like, okay, you can have this panic attack in the airport. Maybe just have just admit that you're not going. Just get off. Just get off and have your panic attack on the ground.
Yeah. I think that's actually a good thought. Is that because I promise you, because I'm speaking as someone who has had panic attacks, it's overwhelming.
I don't want to go anywhere. I certainly don't want to be trapped in a tube with 200 people who now think that I'm a problem.
If you manage to get on the plane and then you have the panic attack, it's not like that didn't start well before they boarded the plane. Yeah, because you had to line up 4 times before you even got on the plane.
Yeah, I've very low tolerance when I'm flying. I've been flying since I was a wee child of 4. I was always a treat.
Yeah,
my parents were complimented on how well behaved their children were, which is just from threats.
Yeah, yeah. Same thing.
We got the talk is like this is how it's going to go down, and if X, Y, and Z happen, I'm throwing you off the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I felt as a child that there was way too much strictness around behavior and manners. I towed the line because you don't know anything better. You don't know any better as a kid. I towed the line, but I will say that having that now as an optional switch, if I need to, I can turn the manners on and deal with people who actually care about that, right? And fit right in, right? I can walk.
One of you.
I could
Like a
rob.
normal human.
I could rob a yacht club, a golf club.
Yes.
Not a bank, but like an investment bank, maybe.
Oh, sure. Maybe like a co-op.
A co-op.
Maybe a credit union.
There's a lot of things where like the key is just fitting in, and polite society, and I will use air quotes to say polite society because they're not polite people. They're fucking awful people. They're just rich. They like to pretend that manners are a defense against the barbarians.
Yes, which is
not true.
Which is very true. It's the only thing that separates us from the beasts.
Yeah. Just keeping your elbows off the table and using the right fork. Yeah. If you don't know what a fish knife is, are you even a real person?
You've only eaten tuna.
Yeah.
Just start on the outside, work your way in. Someone doesn't like
often when I look at someone and I think they're a terrible person, I think, I bet that person's never even used a shrimp fork.
Finger bowl. They for sure thought the finger bowl was a little shot glass of lemon water.
The finger bowl shows up in a lot of barbecue joints, so the finger bowl's a tough one.
It's true.
There is a little bit of
get
a
a finger bowl.
in that Venn diagram.
Swiss chalet. It's not a classy finger bowl.
It's lemon soup.
I've seen a lot of classy people in a Swiss chalet, I will say.
I like Swiss chalet.
Yeah, my point.
The main reason I like Swiss chalet is because I don't know where it came from.
Switzerland.
No. In my lexicon.
You know how famous Switzerland is for their chicken.
Their
roast chicken.
Yeah.
What do you think of when you think of Switzerland? I think of the Alps. I think of chocolate. I think of banking, and I think of delicious roasted chicken.
Little fancy knives. Yeah. They got what else? They got tunnels.
Tunnels.
I guess some pretty gonzo tunnels.
They have a lot of fillings. They're big fans of gold fillings. I heard maybe not anymore, but they went through a big gold filling phase.
Both their own fillings and the fillings of others.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. So children on planes in general less than ideal.
No bueno.
Badly behaved children on planes. Ugh.
Oh yeah, awful.
Even less. I'm okay with babies. I will tolerate a baby. They're stupid. They don't know any better. They're just babies. Plus, you can turn them off when you. I've helped. Did you just hit that little off button?
The soft part of their
You're like, oh, is it still open? All right. Well, we can fix this.
Yeah. You'll never learn how to add, but
that's fine. You won't bother me for the rest of this flight. Yeah. And that's what's really important. Although I have held some babies and made them shut up.
I don't mind babies on a flight. Babies get a pass because, what do they know?
They're dumb. I do like parents who will give everyone like little loot bags. I have been on a plane where that's happened. They're like, sorry, I'm 6 months old and I'm on my first flight. So here's a little baggie with some earplugs and some snacks. And
if they know they've got a trouble baby.
They're just like, please don't hate us.
I was pretty lucky. Both my kids travel well.
Yeah. Well, it's because they fit in the overhead compartment. And how much trouble can you get into up there?
Actually, I think quite a bit. Because they'd just be thumping the whole time. I know my kids. They'd be thumping, right? They'd be willing to go up there, but you'd have to leave it open, right? There's always a condition with my kids, right? They always they'll agree, but, they want a little peace. Mitch McConnell got himself out of the hospital finally.
Did he, though? Have we still...
Well, or they've moved the body from the hospital to
just added some more strings.
I just think
weekend.
Even Trump made the comment that they're like one heart attack away from losing control of Congress, and he kind of said it like
they're one fall away.
Jokey joke. Well, I mean, they're one.
They get really mad when you don't leave out those caution wet floor things.
It's one of those things
Senate
where
now, because they're like, we could take out half these guys with just a slippery floor. They'd all.
I don't even think you need a striply floor. I mean, put butter on their sandwich, and a lot of them are going to be gone in a week. That's the unbelievable thing about Trump is he's 81 and is as scattered and is as falling apart as he is. At 81, for a guy who's powering through the KFC and spending every weekend in the baking sun on the golf course. He hasn't, I mean, at least he's not fallen apart completely. I mean, Joe Biden.
I mean, he's shitting his pants. That feels like falling apart.
Joe Biden seems to be a guy that was taking okay care of himself. You know what I mean?
Filled with cancer.
Always been, yeah. But I mean, you know,
God wants him to come home.
90% of men over the age of 75 have prostate cancer to some degree.
Home.
He's just an old guy.
Nobody wants Trump.
But I remember that debate, and that debate was like, okay, there's no. I mean, it's over.
You look like one of the Nazis right before they get their face melted by.
He looks like
Ark of the Covenant.
He looks like every old guy. Not soon before he's no longer with us, right? Like he was a guy that you wouldn't put in charge of anything at that debate. You wouldn't put him in charge of a car wash. Wouldn't put him in charge
opening chips, maybe. I mean, it would take him all day to open one single bag.
In a room with 1,000 people, he's the last one you choose to order the pizza. At that point. Right? Joe, you're not putting Joe on. If it's pizza for like 1,000 people, there's no way you're putting Joe on the phone to order the fucking pizza.
First of all, he's going to have to someone with an accent.
Now, I wouldn't put Trump on the phone either.
We would get so distracted.
Well, I've been watching these videos. There's a whole bunch of people on Instagram now that basically read Trump's statements, like when he's sitting at the Oval Office and he's going on and on about whatever the hell he's going on and on about. Right? There's somebody asks him a question, and then he just kind of talks for 5 minutes, and then next question. Don't like being questioned. He boots and scats and insults them for like 15 minutes, and then boom, next question. And then if it's a really hard question, all right, get out.
No, not answering that one. You're rude and
he hangs up the phone or just ends the interview or wanders around.
That.
I remember he did it on CBS on 60 Minutes. He was like in the Oval Office. He's just like, okay, no, we're done. And he just kind of stands there, and it's as if like it's like watching an actor walk off the set. No, I'm not doing any of this shit no more. I'll be in my trailer. That's what Trump does all the time. But I will say,
during the play.
He's sundowning pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like the while he's napping, people are telling us he's not napping, and you know, I've been there. You ever been there at like a church service? And you were up late the night before, and you're just, for me, it's the airplane is when I'm trying to stay awake. I'm trying to stay awake hard on the airplane because I know I'm going to snore. And last year, I had a doctor at the end of a flight be like, you should get yourself checked out, fella.
You're dying.
Yeah.
You died twice on this flight.
16 times an hour, you're just stop breathing.
Oh.
And it's
please don't ever die on a flight that I'm on, because that will also delay things.
It's a neck position thing, and I got one of them mouthpieces, so I'm in a better shape. I'm in better shape now. But I've been there trying to stay awake, and he's just settling into that chair, and I bet it's a comfy chair.
It's a comfy chair. He's got a fresh load in his diaper, so he's nice and warm and cozy.
He's got a view of a bunch of cameras, which relaxes him.
Yeah, it's like people are paying attention to me. I like this.
And everyone's just well, the thing
pretending that the emperor has clothes.
How long do you think anyone could stay awake listening to RFK stumble through the latest fucking horror show that he's presenting to the world? Like, nobody can listen to that stuff.
No, I did love, I only got a snippet of it, but it was an interview with someone, and he's like, well, you wouldn't understand that you're not a scientist. And the woman's like, yeah, you're not a scientist.
It was Dana Dash. You're not a scientist. Yeah, that was... It was a remarkable interview. Oh, you've been brainwashed, and it's just like I think what it is he's so used to being on podcasts, and 90% of the podcasts that RFK has ever gone on are so happy he's there because people are going to watch the shit show that is RFK, and let the clips roll, let the clips roll, and let the clicks and the likes roll in, because you know people will watch them because you're watching this. In the same way you watch a car wreck, in the same way you watch, you know, hyena murder or another animal.
A fan all the time.
Well, that's it.
Does that voice even happen?
That's some sort of disease that he has that makes him sound like that. Well, I think it doesn't.
Worm in his brain?
It doesn't help. No, not anymore.
No?
There's no longer a worm in his brain. I think that's something that his heroin dealer told him in college.
Very hard to get worms out of your brain.
It is hard.
Because even after you kill them, you still got a worm in your brain. Now you got a decomposing worm in your brain.
But the one thing that I do think is somewhat refreshing is that a lot of these leaders that all of us have grown up with, like, Mitch McConnell's been in the Senate as long as I've been aware that there has been a Senate.
Yeah, when he started, they were still wearing togas.
Yeah.
I think he was in the original Senate.
I heard a great story about Mitch McConnell. Well, it's not great.
Was it about him looking like a turtle?
He doesn't come off well. Well, no, it was,
Why would he?
it was
Mitch
the
McConnell's
first political ad that they ever shot for him, right? And a lot of these people, like the Republican Party, decides, okay, this guy's going to be our guy.
Is that our guy?
So
our guy.
they invest in them.
Yeah.
And all political parties do this. You invest in your guy, and you teach him how to do the things that he doesn't know how to do. There's plenty of things Mitch McConnell knows how to do. Being personable on television isn't his lead.
Not his forte.
That's just not where he's ever led. And so the
Turtle impersonations.
the guy was telling
100%.
the guy who was telling the story was there, and so they're shooting this commercial, and the commercial's Mitch McConnell. They got him in a plaid shirt, the little vest, and the hat, right, and a fishing rod.
One of the people.
He's sitting in a boat, and he's supposed to be fishing, and then it's one of those things, you turn to the camera and you tell everyone.
Oh, hi there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Mitch McConnell.
Hello, Kentucky.
I really love wildlife.
I love wildlife in Kentucky, and I'm just like
low taxes.
Yeah,
Small government. And Jesus.
yeah.
I like looking like a turtle.
Yeah. And so they got it all there. It's all set up. And Mitch is like, and so Mitch turns to the camera and he's looking around and is like, okay, so what do I do? And they're like, you put the line in the water. Like he didn't know that, like, in order to look like you're fishing, you got to put the line in the lake and you got to fish, right? Like, we need you to cast, we need you to do fishing, so we can show you fishing, and then we'll cut to the other shot of you talking while holding a fishing rod. And he, like, they had to teach him, like, I guess
B-roll was.
But he had never seen someone fish. Like, like, he didn't understand the concept of what he had to do sitting in the boat actually fishing. He had never been fishing.
Well, do you just sit in the boat and the fish jump in?
He had.
From what I understand, you just wave worms.
Well, I like the fact that he didn't try to figure it out. He just sat there going,
I'm useless.
I got no idea what I'm supposed to do here.
I'm not even going to try.
Yeah. It's kind of like
anyone fish?
Kind of what he's doing now. Well, that's what I was wondering when I heard this story. I'm like, but hadn't he even, like, you never watched the Andy Griffith show?
Maybe he just panic. Some people panic on set and they're like, I don't know. This is my body normally move. I mean, the Sue Thomas FBI is the thing that you're most well known for.
I don't know if that's,
I'm not going to lie.
I don't know if that's the thing.
I'm not going to lie.
I would say I get more.
At the conventions, there's always a huge lineup to get your autograph and picture. Everyone ignores Sue.
Nobody ignored Sue. She was great. I
remember that show because it always bothered me. I was like, why don't they call it FBE? Why do they call it FBI? Because
it was EYE.
I know, but it made no sense.
Yes, but she saw things.
I know.
People didn't see.
I was like, so it's heightened her sense of, could have been anything, could have been smell, could have been touch. I just thought it should have been ear.
FB ear? It just does not have the same feel.
That's why I'm not working in television.
Yeah, exactly. You're not in the logo business.
I'm not in the logo business.
Or the catchphrase game.
Nope, nothing catchy about my phrases.
So, what's going on in Italy?
It's too goddamn hot in Italy.
It's too hot in Italy.
Yeah, this is...
How hot does it have to be in Italy for it to be too hot in Italy?
Oh, like 30s.
In the 30s?
Yeah.
Because I remember in the early 90s, I was in London, and they were talking about how this great British heat wave, and it was 26 degrees centigrade. Yeah. And I just
can't handle it.
I just thought it was really nice.
They're not prepared for it. It's like snow in Texas. We always make fun of them. It's like, well, why would they know how to drive in snow? They live in Texas.
Yeah.
Poor things. This is the dark side of climate change. I know you thought it was all
forest fires.
Yeah, just fun drought. Forest fires and the sea rising. No, it's threatening Italy's cheese economy.
The cheese. I would imagine that the Italian cheese economy is a significant cheese economy.
Well, there are. Are you familiar with cheese banks?
cheese banks.
Like if you go to the bank, if you're like a dairy farmer and you're like, okay, I need a loan, and they're like, what collateral do you have? And then you wheel in your giant wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano, and they put it in the cheese vault for you
Is this anything,
as your collateral.
is this anything like the giant maple syrup thingamajig? Like we've got a maple syrup reserve.
Well, that's our reserve. This is just where the bank keeps. Think of it as a safety deposit. Like,
Oh, okay, so but this is also cheese that's like,
they're going to sell it eventually,
and it's 5 years probably into a 10-year aging
or
process or something.
like 12 to 15, or
Oh, okay. So
however long you like your
you
cheese
need to
ripen.
leave the cheese somewhere,
It's got to be somewhere. I got a
You
small
may as well
farm. I need a
leave it
loan.
there.
We're going to leave it in the cheese bank.
and you can borrow
Yeah.
against your cheese in the bank.
But because of the heat, all these old school like cheese vaults, a lot of them are just caves, are heating up, and all this cheese collateral is apparently starting to melt,
Ooh, really?
which is
Delicious.
delicious. It's a delicious problem. to
It's
have.
a savory problem.
It's like, so we are doing some fondue today, or whatever the Italian word for melted cheese
I mean,
is.
that's got to be a tourist attraction, no? A giant cave oozing cheese out of its entrance.
Oh yeah. Have you been in a cheese cave before?
No, I've never been
Oh,
to a cheese
it's
cave.
exciting. It smells not great. You're like, it's a bit of a, it's like a
But-
foot thing. It's
How surprised are you allowed to be that there's an off smell in a cheese cave?
it's fine. It's fine.
I would just imagine it's pungent.
like you walk in, you're like, oh, it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, that
Checks out.
tracks.
It checks out.
Yeah, this is what it should smell like.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a
I have been.
spicy little armpit you've
I've
got
been
here.
in a champagne cave, underground champagne.
Just dusty.
It was actually very nice.
Just
Yeah, it was
turning
very-
bottles. They let you turn
It
the.
was the Veuve Clicquot.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, it was very fancy and very nice. We had dinner there. Yes.
I've been in a cave, been in a bat cave. Oh, that stinks.
Ooh, yeah. I would not want to go in a bat
As soon
cave
as you got some guano,
unless it was the bat cave.
the bat cave.
The
But
bat
which one
cave.
do you want to be in?
Because the one thing I will say about the bat cave, that in every depiction I've seen, both in comic book and in various movie franchises throughout the years, and let's go way back to Adam West, right?
That's
In all of
My
those-
least favorite bat cave. I don't want to
Okay, but in all of those depictions of bat cave, you know what is not there? Bat guano. There is never any bat shit in the bat cave. So I don't know if he's got like
Alfred cleans it up.
well, yeah, I don't know if he's got, but it can't just be Alfred. Like you got to have like a team of immigrants there working on.
Alfred's in his 20s, but he looks wizened and old because of all the guano that
Guano
he has
cleanup.
had to clean up. Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah, he's got guano lung. It's not good.
Is there such a thing as guano lung?
There is today.
Oh, okay. It's like it would be like
You can't inhale any of that. That's bad for you. Yeah.
inhaling a lot of stuff is bad for you, right? Like right now, like the air in most cities.
Yeah,
you
air
shouldn't
is
be-
bad for you.
You shouldn't be breathing the
No.
air in most cities.
No, you're just raw dog in the air.
Shouldn't be. It is one of in The Big Short. Have you seen The Big Short? It's all about the
so.
housing crisis. Steve Carell,
Yes.
Brad Pitt is in it.
Not as funny as I thought it was going to be with Steve Carell, but that's fine.
No,
Not everything he does has to be.
he managed to, but I will say he managed to have some funny moments in a movie that about like the whole world fucking about to explode, right? So I'll give him that because it was a true story about a terrible fucking thing. But yeah, there's a scene where Brad Pitt's riding an escalator and he's wearing his mask because his character is one of these, pee in your garden and protect your seeds people. And as he's going down wearing his mask, there's an Asian guy coming up the escalator wearing his mask, and he just gives him like a little nod, little nod salute,
yeah.
like, I'm with you, brother, right? The world's a filthy place. Yeah. Speaking of which,
Speaking of filthy,
the Chicago River.
filthy.
Now, this is a river. I don't know if it's filthy or clean. I don't know the status of I don't know any city with a river running through
Is
it
that the one that they also?
that you'd want to drink the water.
They-
You never want to drink the water. Some of them you don't even want to go swimming in it.
No, some of them you can walk across. Like you can
Yeah.
stand on some of these rivers. Is this? Do they dye the Chicago River
Yes.
green?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Chicago
So I
River.
know that whole river. Is it the Chicago River? Is that the name of that river?
Yeah.
I feel like I should know what it's called.
It's the Chicago River. And I will say, yeah, the city of Chicago puts its river through its paces.
They're just like, this is just to entertain us.
Yeah, well, the Diet Green.
Don't drink this.
And recently they did one of those rubber duck drops.
Fun.
One of those rubber duck drops. And it got me thinking a little bit, which I thought was kind of fun. Like
Rubber ducky?
they were raising money for the Special Olympics, right? They raised what was it, $480,000, which good for them, right? $500,000 raised for the Special Olympics, and so they could get to pay for the medals for the Special Olympics.
Oh, so they're making medals out of rubber ducks.
Which does
that
make
tracks for
which
the Special
does make me
Olympics.
wonder if they're. Do you have to buy your
medal
medal
for the Special Olympics?
That would kind of suck, you know.
Do they charge you to be in the Special Olympics?
I have no idea.
I just joined the marathon.
It just seems like you might be
I just joined right in and pushed people
taking
down.
advantage of someone that's pretty excited about being in the Special Olympics, right? I just think, you know, they might be taking advantage
It's
there.
fun watching the Special Olympics because it's just I watch one.
Nobody's happier to be at the Olympics than the people at the Special Olympics.
And like you do, like a gun fires, and then maybe some people start running.
It's
Maybe they're all running in the same direction.
You watch
Everyone's having a good time.
You watch the weightlifting at the Special Olympics, and you are never going to see a more triumphant human spirit than the weightlifting champions at the Special Olympics, and they can fucking crank.
Yeah,
they are serious about what they do. They're good at it, and they're having a great time. They're you know, like you watch a lot of the regular Olympics people. They're
so serious.
They're also serious.
Oh, serious.
They're taking it so serious. Like I know the Canadians, because the Canadians are all hoping if this goes stunningly well, and I do my best ever,
Make a job on the sports television.
that's the thing, is I might squeak out a bronze medal and get myself a Pert Plus commercial, right? Right? Maybe you'd be selling some McCain juice or some Super Fries or something like that. Things go really, really well. Canadian Tire, right? You get some of that Canadian Tire money rolling in. Oh,
do they even have Canadian Tire money anymore?
They do have Canadian Tire money, but it's digital.
Boo.
Yeah, I say boo as well. They will take the paper money.
You
can still bring the paper money in.
Stink.
But yeah, it's digital.
I know I've got like tens of dollars hiding in a drawer somewhere.
Initially, when things started going digital, right, and they started, you know, like you need a membership card to go to the grocery store or the drugstore, or like, you know, all of these little things. Yeah. Your points card, right?
Yeah,
the airlines were
your information.
The airlines were the first ones at the ball. They had you know, you get your airline points, but now I'm at the point where, I mean, there's just too many of them, right? Like I want to do business with fewer companies so that I don't want to be part of anybody's club.
Yeah, I've been openly rude to some people at, you know, like Home Sense or whatever. So you want to buy a membership? Like, no. Do you want to get the credit card? It'll get you the. And I'm like, no. Yeah. If you ask me one more time, I know you have to ask me because they told you to ask me, and you're on the cash, and they told you to offer me whatever the card is, whatever the credit card is, whatever the deal is. But I've told you no twice, and if you ask me a third time, I'm storming out of here. In a huff.
You know what?
You can put that stuff back on the shelf yourself.
And I feel bad for the person because the only reason they're asking you,
they were told to,
is because the screen in front of them won't let them go to the next thing until they ask you. They have to ask you and then click that they asked you. Click your response, and then, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I think AI replacing some people will be a great relief to those people when they lose that terrible fucking job. Like, there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that work at a phone center or a call center that when, like, the boss comes in and announces, I'm sorry, but they're replacing us with a chat bot. I'm sure there's probably at least, what do you think the percentage is of people at the call center who just go, finally.
I think it's low because I think they have to work at the call center because that's the only place they can work.
I think a lot of people, well, it depends where you live. Depends where you live, but if in small town call centers, yeah, that would be devastating. But a lot of call centers, like in the U.S., the only reason people are there is because you don't get your food benefits unless you work for somebody, and so you end up with the shittiest job in town, which is at the call center. And so if there are none of those jobs, like a lot of people that work at the mall and all those corporate outlets in the States are there because they they're required to work in order to get benefits. So the job that they have doesn't pay them enough that they can get off benefits on purpose, right?
It's all very dumb.
Well, it's a system that the corporations have created where they don't necessarily have to pay for all of the things you'd have to pay an employee.
No,
like you'd have to pay an employee.
So we don't have to give you any. Yeah, you don't have to give any benefits, and we pay you just enough so that you can qualify for your food stamps.
Yeah,
it's all very dumb. Although I did find this. Apparently, a bunch of people. There's like fake AI chatbots where it's actually like a person.
It's actually a person pretending to be a robot.
Someone did it as an art project. He just put up this billboard in San Francisco. It's like, yeah, chatbot AI, which is and I can't remember what the AI stood for, but it was not artificial intelligence.
Alan Iverson.
He was like, yeah, he would answer like a whole bunch of questions and like draw pictures. For
Let's talk ball.
I'm like, this AI is not great at drawing yet. I would love that. The thing you want to talk to a person? I think we're going to go back to that. We're going to be like, oh, Fred, this has 100% real human.
Well, I think
it's going to be marketing now.
Well, that's what it is humans will become the premium product. You want to talk?
It's weird because right now we don't feel that premium.
Well, I saw this. I saw a story about the New York School Board has decided not to launch this robot that they were thinking about launching into the school system.
Oh, yeah,
because there was a big
worst school, like the schools that were already doing badly.
Yeah,
they're like, here, we'll try something out on you guys.
Yeah, but the only reason they're trying it isn't because the school board went out and was like looking for robots to hire. It's because some robot company showed up at the school board and said, hey, we'll give you a free robot if you put this robot into your thing. So the school board's like, oh, no, free robot.
Like free robot?
It's how the police department ends up with a fucking tank, right? Oh, fucking free tank. Who doesn't want a tank? Well, and then reasonable people are like, no, we don't want a fucking robot, even if you're giving it to us for free, because the company wants it because they're going to mine all this data out of the children.
Yes.
It's so gross.
It is so gross.
It's just, as we are getting into the back half of the show, there's a couple of stories that I wanted to get to. Right. One of them reminded me of you.
Okay.
One of them reminded me of you.
Is it about someone handsome and funny?
Well, the headline reads, a Minnesota town now boasts the world's tallest nutcracker. And initially...
I'm married to the world's tallest nutcracker.
That's why it made me think of you, made me think of you. And I was thinking like, I thought nutcracker, like, the V-shaped tool that you crack nuts with.
Very different opera.
No, this is the nutcracker, like the Christmas-style nutcracker type thing. Yes. Although, because it's in America...
does it look like Uncle Sam?
Yeah, they got it dressed up.
Shooting the nuts?
It's dressed like a flag. America likes dressing like its flag too fucking much.
I know, but just one of the rules that you're not supposed to dress like the flag. That's one of the flag rules. It's like, don't wear the flag.
It's flag etiquette?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem is, if you can make $2, selling American flag shorts, then they're going to
thank you, China, for making these gorgeous and patriotic shorts.
You see it at sporting events. You see people, the Olympics, people will be sporting their flag. You see a lot of Union Jack shirts and hats and whatnots and all that kind of stuff. And every country does it. People dress, especially if you've got like a 3-stripe flag.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Shoes, pants, shirt. You're off to the races.
Boom.
And, if you're going shorts, you could go, shoes, socks, shorts. There's all sorts of different.
Especially if you're European.
Especially if you're European.
Sandals, socks, yeah.
Little bit harder for the vertical stripe people.
Fair enough.
Right.
Just lie down.
Well, you can do it on one shirt, but you gotta be slender. You want to pull that off. Actually, no. I guess if you're a fat guy, you want the horizontal.
You want the horizontal.
I don't want
the vertical.
No, I want the vertical.
You want the vertical.
I want the vertical. Yeah.
I can't keep track of all these fancy rules.
Stretch out the lump as opposed to widening the lump.
Fair enough.
Don't want to widen the lump.
How tall is this nutcracker? Am I impressed?
Oh, I don't know. How tall is the nutcracker? That's an excellent question, Ted. It's a 66-foot tall nutcracker. That is...
what is the largest nut that this nutcracker has cracked?
I don't know
I
if it
have
actually
questions.
I don't know if it actually cracks nuts.
Well,
I think
then it's just a statue.
it's a nutcracker in the.
Non-functional nutcracker?
I mean, you know,
Get it together,
the
Minnesota.
giant pierogi on the side of the Trans-Canada isn't an actual pierogi. Yeah, I'm sorry, but these things are generally there to get people to stop and buy gas. It's legit tall, 60. That's a 6-story nutcracker. That's legit.
It's fair enough.
That you'd be able to see that from the main
Yeah,
road
and I'd
outside
be
of your
like,
tiny town in Minnesota.
Scared of those nuts.
But I do think, again, dressing it like Uncle Sam is just such a cheap way to go. And you can see in the other pictures that there is like an outpost store
Of course.
that is right next to it. So yeah, most of the interesting things on the side of the highway are there for people to sell, you know, gas and cheeseburgers at.
Yeah, America has some amazing, tall, stupid, world's biggest roadside attractions.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got a fair number in Canada.
We do. But I love those things.
They're great. They're wonderful.
They're
in America, they're all like in the middle part of the country that I prefer to fly over than drive through.
But it's the whole idea is, you know, get you to stop the car, because that's the thing.
Not everything can be a corn maze.
In a small town, most people are passing through. Most people are passing through. The people that are passing through, they got money in their pockets.
What?
That's the thing.
Folding money.
You want that money to stop in your town. That's why I hate Uber so much. Is taxis used to be a great way to steal money from tourists and keep them in your city, and now it's just a way to export money out of your city to what I assume is a German company.
Uber.
I don't think it is a German company,
But
I
it
think
must be with Uber.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was very skeptical when Uber first came around. I'm like, this seems too convenient.
It does.
Too convenient. I'm skeptical. It's like, this seems too easy.
Well, now they've got all sorts of evil things that they're doing within the algorithm, right?
Oh, of course.
Because if you're a driver, if you accept shitty fares, it will send you shittier and shittier fares.
Oh.
If you only accept decent fares, it won't do that as much, but it also won't send you as many. So when customers pay surge pricing, drivers don't get surge.
Oh yeah, no,
I
would never drive. Like all these like Uber, like all these gig economy apps when they first started. Like
it was all about getting critical mass.
I'm sure you could make a lot of money in the first 3 months that you were an Uber driver.
And it's like a lot of things in the world is it's it's the free crack off the top, and then now all of a sudden
free crack is for free. Well, they also kind of made it sound like, oh, I would just be like driving to the mall and be like, well, I wonder if anyone else is going to the mall. I will just pick them up and then we'll go to the mall. It'll be great. And I was like, no, of course, no one's going to do that.
No, I think
they excess car capacity.
I think I'd be happy if they got rid of Uber for People. Went back to the taxi system. Same thing. You can do it on your phone, right? You can do the same thing.
Yeah,
but have it as a regulated local business because it also limits the number of cars that are on the road, because you don't have as many cars that are just driving around hoping for a fare. So now this is my favorite story of the week.
All right.
This is an ideal story, in my opinion. And first off, because what it's celebrating? It was celebrating the 270th birthday of Mozart.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart?
That's the one.
Oh, my favorite Mozart.
And so also, suck on that, America. Mozart's 20 years older than your entire fucking country. Right? So suck on that lemon right off the top. So part of the celebration was in Salzburg, beautiful city. And I've been there.
Salzburg.
An absolutely beautiful city. And what they did is they made these 20-inch tall, so just under 2 feet tall.
You should have made them 66 feet tall.
Statues. They would have been more noticeable, but they wouldn't have been able to make as many of them if they were 66 feet tall, of Mozart, right? They made 320 statuettes all over town, right? Or they're barely 50 centimeters, less than 20 inches high, showing Mozart with his dog. And they're gold. So they kind of look like...
Was Mozart famous for having a dog?
I'm not from Salzburg. I think they also just like dogs. I think it's just cute that he's out.
Confusing.
And I think the idea is that he's out walking.
Not
his
at a
dog.
piano. All right, fair
He's
enough.
out walking.
Tiny Mozart walking his dog.
Exactly. Tiny golden Mozart walking his dog, right? Which is, I think, kind of cool. And they made 320 of these things.
Nice.
And in the first week, 220 of them were stolen.
Because you can't trust Austrians with anything. I've been telling you this for years.
But the reason why I think it's ideal is A, great idea, wonderful execution, wonderful way to beautify your town, and what a great thing for the people of Salzburg to be able to steal.
What a fun souvenir.
But it's a wonderfully fun souvenir. It's harmless that you stole it. It's not like, like when I was a teenager, we stole stop signs, which probably,
People...
right?
Yeah.
This is completely harmless crime. I'm surprised that they didn't steal all of them. Like there's still 100 of them around town. So maybe some of them they chained up. But I just thought it was wonderful. And if you want to find the show, follow the show. If you've already found the show, thank you for finding the show. You can follow us at Less Than Ideal on YouTube. We're also at Chuck B. Jokes and
At Dr. Ted Morris.
and Dr. Ted Morris on various platforms, including the Instagram and the TikTok. And at some point, I'm going to figure out a way to put a link to all of it in the comments, or even on the video. Oh
It's going to be
man,
magical.
I got this
We'll
this.
find a teenager to explain things to us.
They call it a Commodore 64 computer that I'm working on, and I tell you, by the time I have rewound the tape, I am ready to upload.
Times.
It is good times, and this was a good time.
This is a good time.
It was much more than ideal. See what I did there?
Liked it. You brought it full circle.
All right, we'll see you
It's
next
another
time.
Special Olympics moment.